Ev, Mike, you guys had a little late night adventure this week.
Mike and Evan are tatted. They're fully life wide open. Let's scroll up a little bit.
Hey, keep going.
Don't go up. Don't go up. Robin chose a donked out El Camino to have her babies
So,
there.
Just
Ev,
such,
your quad guy's showing, bro.
that's a dead cylinder.
All right, we good? We good, Ken?
We're good.
You know he ain't here.
Ken's stressing.
You know why?
Back to his den.
Our craziest giveaway ever is officially live, and so that does mean that Ken will be cooped up in the merch bay for a long time.
Last night when I was moving into, I knew I had to like go and edit the video the next day, or it was 2 days ago. I was like, fuck, like this sucks. Like, I was kind of like seeing everyone at Zorba. I was like, man, that'd be nice. And then I thought about Ken. I was like, I guess I just have to kind of grind this out for tomorrow, and Ken's gonna be starting a whole month of work of hard work. And I was like, all right, I'm okay.
I was really surprised when I was watching last night's video. That Chevy that we tore apart was so clean.
Oh, now you sound like the comments, Ryan.
I know, dude.
Now you sound like the comments.
From video,
didn't
like
see it.
I saw the frame all rusted out and all the broken components. But damn, when that thing rolled in the shop, I was like, that's what the Cybertruck turned into, or Cyber Rudy?
It was a nice rig, very nice rig.
I love all the names people are giving it.
Well, or some of them.
I just saw. I really like the fiber truck, just like fake Cybertruck.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's a shame because now it's not going to be able to be used again. The motor is seized.
That's only $400 away from being fixed.
Oh, never mind.
Well, yeah,
We're back.
$400 motor and then taking a week to swap it in.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it.
I bet that motor can be swapped in 5 hours.
No.
100%.
What?
You take out like 9 rivets, it's back to a chassis. Motor out, motor in.
Yeah, you are right, I guess.
Probably one of the
And this
easiest.
is the
motor
Yeah,
swaps.
it's true.
This is
Actually,
the-
yeah, you just take out some of the rivets. It's pretty much open. That's very true, actually.
Yeah, the wrenches did not seem stressed about having to toss them.
Well, they always like when they're putting something in something that it belongs.
Yeah.
You know, like anything going the way it should be is
So
like
straightforward for them.
walk in the park for them nowadays. Those guys have got to be getting better every week. Like every week, their wrenching skills are just getting like exponentially better. Like
Well, they're like
they're
pocket knives, dude. They're like pocket knives. How many different like little swap
Yeah.
outs they got?
Oh my gosh,
Swiss
dude.
Army knife.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Pocket
Swiss
knife
Army
only
knife.
has one.
But-
I mean,
seriously.
pocket knife. Some pocket knives have,
Yeah, they call
screwdrivers on them.
pocket knives. They call Swiss Army
It's
knife.
interesting though, man. They're gonna be
more than
like
just a Swiss Army knife.
if they're not already the jack of all trades, like they're just gonna be even more light years ahead of the typical mechanic. Like even if you're like a professional, supercross mechanic, they were kind of like cracking jokes, like, yeah, well, those guys are just swapping parts. They're not even mechanics. They're just swapping parts. That's all they're doing.
Last night I was talking to Brian about our Miata, the old Miata that's dead, and he goes, well, they sell a kit to put an LS in it, so we could have that done in just a couple days. Like,
Yeah.
He was stoked about putting an LS in a Miata, which has been done like 3 times. He was like, oh, that'll be easy, dude. We can do that in a week.
Proud of those guys.
Seriously.
Proud of those guys.
Diamonds are formed under pressure. The wrenches are just walking around, just
Fucking
straight up
diamonds.
rocks, dude. All right, so Ev, Mike, you guys had a little late night adventure this week.
It was a little crazier than usual too.
All right, so Wednesday morning, I wake up and I check my phone and I see a missed FaceTime call from dude Evan, bro, at 1:58 a.m. I go, well, that's never good. And then I'm looking through my notifications and then I see Rich, our Uncle Rich, sent a Snapchat. Uncle Rich deleted Snapchat.
Same.
And I'm like,
Oh?
something's up. My sus radar starts going off. So I get to the shop and I know better than to dig because I'm not a little rat. And
Saving it for the video. Smart.
I go, Evan, why'd you call me at 2 a.m. last night? Do you have something to tell me or show me? Because I know Rich had showed me it, and then you told him to take it back, so I know it's good. And then he proceeds to show me this.
Am I supposed to like show you, or did you just like pop it up? Or?
What did we do?
Describe
Did we
it.
just pop it up?
It would be nice to see both your legs up on this table, though.
The only bad. You guys wearing shorts? Oh, good.
Yeah.
It just makes it so much worse when you got to pull your pants
Hands down.
I still can't.
Yes, dude!
Finally got it.
Mike and Evan are tatted. They're fully life wide open. If they
That's-
didn't wear it on their t-shirts enough, now they always got it on their body.
That's so sick.
So Evan goes, check this out, pulls his pants down, shows me the life wide open tattoo. He was like, I got it last night from our friend Matt, who got a tattoo gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know Matt knew how to do tattoos. And he goes, he doesn't. First time.
Yeah, he
And I was
ordered
like,
it here, the tattoo gun.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he goes, yeah, Mike and Matt got them too. And I was like, wait, what? Really?
And then he's
and
like,
Cody.
And Cody.
And Cody.
Cody got it too?
yeah, Cody's got it on his thigh too.
Yeah.
We got to get a picture
But
of
the
it.
thing is like I did some of Mike's. Mike did some of mine as well. Matt is really the one that kept it clean and kept it all
Orchestrated
together.
it, yeah.
I think that was kind of the cool part is like your homies doing
I
it.
agree.
That
I
is
agree.
pretty
No, that is
cool.
pretty sweet. I've always said if I were to get any tattoo, I would get Life Wide Open on my thigh in that same font.
Yeah.
And now I feel
so
like
funny.
if so after I saw your guys's, you were obviously like, yeah, let's do it. We still got the tattoo gun.
Yeah, Matt left it.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little weird
Haven't-
if like a majority of the crew all has the exact same tattoo in the same spot.
I agree.
Yeah.
if I was there with you guys, I 100% would have done it.
yeah.
Especially just like in the moment, like everyone's getting tattoos. Like
That's half
Something in
the
the
reason
air.
I have it right now. It was very in the moment thing. Like I remember seeing the tattoo gun on the counter, and if it was one of you guys, you would have hidden it, obviously. And then I open it up. I'm like, is this a tattoo gun? Bad idea.
That's what I thought. too. I saw it. I go,
$80,
Yeah,
Matt.
I go,
said.
what is this
80
thing
bucks.
doing
Yeah,
here?
I put
Get
the
it
cover
away.
back on, and then Matt was like, I want to get a tattoo from one of you guys. I want a Life Wide Open tattoo. I'm like, are you
and
crazy?
keep in mind, we
Yeah.
just met Matt earlier this week. We've
Yeah.
known him for about 5 days now.
He's here helping Rich build our track.
Yep. And so I was
Standout guy, too.
Oh,
What
yeah.
a guy.
He's-
Dude,
You know what's
he's known us
crazy?
for
He's
5
a
days, and
great
he was like, I
hand.
want you to give me a tattoo
Yeah.
with your brand on it.
He like barely
That's
watched the
amazing.
videos either. He just was kind of around. He's like, yeah, dude, I like it here. Like, I like you guys. Let's do this. I was like, damn, all right.
And he had tattoos before, but still, I was just like, dude, are you crazy? But then I kind of thought back to when we were at Heydays and we scribble Life Wide Open on someone's leg or arm or chest, and then they come back or whatever and they get it tattooed. Like, there's a lot of people that we've met that have it. Or just randomly, they'll
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
us. Remember
Yeah,
that one
there is.
tattoo
cool.
we
Yeah,
had? That
the
guy
one
said
kid.
pull
Oh,
his
dude,
pants
pop
off.
that video up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the
Yeah.
most excited anyone's ever been to meet us. And then he proceeds
that
to
fired
show
me up.
us a Life Wide Open tattoo. That was pretty sweet.
I'm fucking freaking out. It's the fucking C-Boys and Gavin! Gavin! What's up, man? Dude, Micah! Oh my god! Dude, I'm sorry. Oh my god, dude! I watch you guys every fucking day. My girlfriend thinks I'm fucking crazy. She's gonna flip when I think you might be, dog. Dude, holy shit! You guys, dude, I feel like I'm fucking like high or something.
fucking love you,
Holy
dude.
shit.
Are you?
Dude, I'm just cruising.
Dude, that's so lit.
He started taking his pants down. We didn't know where that was going.
Dude, that is sick.
I just had to show you guys the tattoo.
Yeah, of course, dude. That's crazy.
Fuck, I'm tripping out. I feel like I'm dreaming right now. Holy shit.
I think Life Wide Open is such a great tattoo. If you were gonna do like any kind of tattoo that like is from our brand, like CboysTV on your body, would not ever recommend that. I wouldn't even do that.
I mean, Dummy Zone wouldn't be bad.
that one
That's what Ryan
might
gets?
work.
Get that one on my lower back.
Yeah, dummies on. Or like
Tramp stamp.
a couple people have done like signatures. Like that one kid that did Ken's signature.
Oh gosh.
Savage.
I wonder where
Ken
he's
did.
at
On
now.
his chest,
On
bro.
his chest.
That
And
was
Ken did
no
the
Ken.
worst fucking signature.
That was no can do, and it was
Yeah,
He can get it covered up.
hopefully,
just a full
but yeah,
chest piece.
right on his chest.
he was just a clean
Young kid
cut,
too.
Yeah.
Young kid.
normal, no tattoos, and then he proceeds to do that, and now he's dedicated.
It was
his life
like
to the
partially
game.
on his nipple too.
Yeah, it's like,
Dude, that one was so reckless on Ken's part.
Ev, didn't you?
He was like,
someone asked you to draw one. Like you just met them somewhere, and they were like, "Give
Yeah,
me
it
the
was
tattoo."
actually at Heydays
Oh, it
too.
was.
And this girl was super hyped, and she was starting with an autograph that she wanted to get tattooed. I'm like, no, bad idea. And she's like, well, draw anything you want. And she's like literally putting her forearm out, handing me a Sharpie, and I can't draw. I can't
That's what I mean. I'd be too nervous, dude.
I can't even write like
Evan's
Ben and
half
Mike.
cocked.
Yeah, Ben and Mike can actually draw a good like Life Wide Open that is appropriate to get tattooed. She was very persistent, so I literally just drew the smallest like dainty little heart, just a little outline, because I'm like, I don't know. I just couldn't put some like big eyesore. It was gonna be bad. Like, let me do something that she won't regret.
That
She's
was
not gonna,
actually
like-
really smart.
That was good. Yeah.
Such a lover
You're
though.
just an asshole, and you draw like a dick on her arm, and then you just like
This
sit
is
there,
what Evan
and you're
wanted
like,
for me.
You said you'd anything tattoo.
Oh,
the
she
most
probably
classic.
would have too. That would have been terrible.
That would have been bad.
Ugh.
Dude, like kind of well, it's obviously mostly Matt's idea, but then like I was not planning on getting one. I don't think Cody was either. And then Evan was like, my sister has one. She's had it for 2 years and I don't have one. So I ought to have one.
That's pretty
And I'm
crazy
like,
too.
Yeah, that is, and that was kind of like another factor of you're like, no, seriously, like I should have one if she has one. And then he got one. He actually went first, and then we just like went down the line.
How long did this take? At what hour did you start, and at what hour did you end?
Probably all took like an hour.
I think it's so much cooler that you guys did it at the shop, just
On
like
the pool
on
table?
a whim. Like, you guys were at 2 in the
All shared
morning,
the same
like,
needle.
drunk, Yeah, sharing the same needle.
No.
Pretty reckless. That was the most reckless thing you guys
No.
did after letting Evan go first and then sharing the needle. But no, I think that's a way
That's
better
a real
story.
rock star shit right
It's
It's
there.
a way better story
that's
than like if
crazy.
you guys are like all three of us are gonna go to the tattoo shop and get our tattoo in the same spot. Kind of lame. Doing it on like a party night Wednesday, and have a
much-
story behind it. I think that's sick.
It's pretty much this font right
Yeah.
here.
That's what I wish I would have been a part of, but I agree with Ben. Doing it now, like all of us on the boat and we all got, like it would maybe look a little like, I don't even know.
Cultish.
Yeah, you
Little
can only-
cultist possibly.
Yeah, I agree. They couldn't
Boy
be
band.
all.
I'd have to do it on a different spot, but it's a little dangerous now that we have this $80 tattoo gun sitting in our kitchen right now.
I can't tell you, like when I first saw it, I thought that maybe someone opened a package they weren't supposed to, and it was like you guys hadn't found it yet. And I thought that it was going to be for maybe like the Wheel of Misfortune or something like that. And I was terrified. And now it still might be.
valid
I might have
point.
just given you an idea, but I was like,
Pretty
no.
good idea, actually,
I got out of the nipple piercings. I ran as fast as I've ever ran in my life to get out of that.
didn't
How
you?
am I going to get out of doing a tattoo? Because you can't go back on the tattoo. But honestly, I didn't think they'd turn out
right.
that good. Now I
Yeah,
see
your
it, I'm
guys'
like,
looks
oh,
great.
that's cool.
That is what kind of completes the whole story of the party night. Did it on the pool table. They don't look bad.
No, they look good.
If they were butchered, it'd be like, that was not the best idea. But
Because I had friends actually after college that at a party, they were giving out tattoos and they went all night and they were like, I mean, some people got some ridiculous tattoos that look awful, that look like somebody at 3 a.m. gave them a homemade tattoo. And it's like, that I didn't want.
I'd imagine there's probably even a lot of people listening right now that have like gotten a drunk tattoo that they heavily regret. Leave a comment down below, like if you do or if you've given one or one of your buddies has one, and then say what the tattoo is.
Yeah. And if you don't, fuck yeah, that's cool. You got a story. Like that's cool too.
Yeah.
Everybody.
The nice
does
thing
their
is your guys' is like, yeah, it's not bad, like you were saying. I'd hate to, not that we're at all trying to be like jackass, but I like see them and they've got like random tattoos. Like for instance, like Steve-O, or even look at like Bam Margera's like worst case scenario, but it's just like a bunch of scribbles all over their body. And eventually they start piling up and now they're like
They
in
got
their
that look,
40s, 50s. And it just it doesn't look that good anymore.
Yeah.
It just looks like a mess on them. But
Oh,
your
we do
guys'
have
looks
video.
great. Oh, so we do have live
Why
footage.
is the
Here we go.
Wu-Tang symbol up there?
Oh wait! Oh,
Evan was just about to do that one instead of
on my fucking phone?
yeah.
How can you get it on my phone?
his face. Oh shit, that's pretty
How'd
dangerous.
you do that?
I
That's
know your
dangerous.
passcode.
Oh fuck, Ev. Let's scroll up a little bit.
Hey, keep
Evan.
going.
No,
Don't go up. Don't go up.
it's not your phone, bro.
Dude.
Are you? Did I airdrop you those and then accidentally?
That's so funny.
Maybe I took. Yeah, maybe you airdropped them to me, but anyway.
Fuck, I almost had a stroke.
After Evan got his tattoo, he kept his pants off the rest of the night.
I love
I
how
would too.
Gavin was there.
Yeah, so
Look at
Gavin,
him for thinking about it.
Gavin
He
was there?
Look at his face. He was thinking about it.
Yo, look at all those hot dogs.
Where?
the legs.
The bottom left.
Yeah. Matt's caption. Things got a little sassy last night. Like, bruh. So, Evan, what is the cherry on top? The difference between two of these tattoos and
Wait,
the other
yeah.
two?
Wait, why does that one look different?
Well, in my opinion, the life wide open, the I in life should have an X over the top.
I agree.
And
Like the neon sign at the shop.
So it's
yeah.
like,
So when Mike drew mine out, I was the first one to go because I didn't want to have a second thought watching other people do it. Maybe they're squirming or something. I don't know. I just wanted to get it out of the way. And when Mike first drew it, I thought the L was a little bit whack. So we take it off, start over. And I was really focused on the L looking good and just ran it. And then I think Mike even had his done.
We can check it.
Well, no, I mean, I know yours doesn't have the X, but I didn't register when you're doing it. And then when you're drawing out Cody's, you put like the X on it. I'm like, oh my God.
He was having some genuine stress
Yeah.
because what we just put on his body is permanent. And then the rest of the night, dude, he was giving me a good old fashioned hard time. He's
Let
like,
me see- let me see it.
Sweet if it didn't have a regular eye and it had the X.
Oh yeah. There's no going back because it's got like the.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am back to tell you guys about Shopify, which is hands down the best solution to your growing business demands. We use Shopify for our website, CboysTV.com. Last week, everything needed to change on our site. New pictures, new layout, new hoodies, new products, everything. It would have been a ton of work, but with Shopify, they make it easy. And the best part is Shopify can handle all the extra traffic you guys, when you open up your new website, are going to send them, and they're ready to grow with you. I'm telling you guys, Shopify is the best option if you're looking to start or reinvent your online business. We absolutely love using Shopify, and you will too. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/wideopen, which is all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/wideopen now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/wideopen. Thanks, Shopify, for sponsoring the podcast. You guys may think that looking sharp means wearing uncomfortable clothes, but with Mack Weldon, they make timeless apparel with modern performance fabrics for guys who want to look and feel sharp without sacrificing comfort. I absolutely love their Ace sweatpants from Mack Weldon. They're so comfortable, but yet they fit and look good on me. They don't look like I'm wearing baggy, ugly sweatpants. I'm also in desperate need of some shorts, so I'll be going over to Mack Weldon for the updated summer wardrobe for sure. The thing is Mack Weldon clothes are designed to fit your style and the demands of your life, and they look like regular clothes, but they feel super comfy without looking like you just came from the gym. They're the go-to choice for guys who want to look great without even trying. And if you guys are looking to elevate your wardrobe, throw a couple items from Mack Weldon in your closet, and you will not regret it. So get timeless looks with modern comfort from Mack Weldon. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code WIDEOPEN. That's MackWeldon.com, promo code WIDEOPEN.
To the
So
top
is that
and the
like the
bottom on it.
Temu
I don't know.
branded?
I think that's sick.
I
I
think
like
it's
it.
cool.
No,
I think that one's just as sick.
Kind of like the knockoff then, like
Yeah,
you
you
want to
kinda
do the
knock
trade.
off.
The
Cody
trademarked one?
is just a homie billboard.
Look at that shit. Look at that. Bums on them.
Evan's over there giving him the tat. Evan's giving Matt a tat.
How'd you guys decide how high to go with it?
I just wanted mine like above.
Pant line or
I don't wear that short
Have
shorts.
you
No.
told like your mom or anything?
I haven't
yet?
told my mom. Sydney
Yeah,
was
well-
more concerned with like my care for it.
Okay.
My lack of prep, my probably lack of care. You know, Vaseline. That's about all I've done.
But she likes it?
She's like, well, at least it looks good. I'm like, oh, thanks.
God, yeah.
You know, at least it doesn't look like just scribbles.
Yeah. But
No,
like
it
you
looks
guys
legit.
said,
It looks
it's,
legit.
it's high enough that realistically not many people see it. So
Yeah. No, I'd say it looks like you guys went to a professional did it.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool,
great.
fellas.
It's
Good
great.
for you guys.
Thank you.
Talked about doing that for a long time. Well, now we'll see if you guys get addicted and start getting more and more and more.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
They always
Anytime
say
soon.
that
I know.
happens.
They do say that
That it's
happens.
addicting?
We'll see.
Ev, you should get legalized wheelies tattooed next.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
You could do it above your belly button, like a Mexican cartel. You know, have that little like bend to it. Legalize wheelies.
Yeah, so when his belly is really popping out, like follows a contour of it.
Paul's contour.
I mean, I don't think I want any more tattoos really. And like, I'm really not a big fan of a bunch of words. Like life wide open is sick, but like if I just have life wide open, legalized wheelie, like just a bunch of
Oh,
different.
you know, like the trend
sayings.
of like the way
I don't know if
tattoos
I
are
like
kind of
that.
going. People like to have just kind of like
Patchwork
thing
or
here,
whatever.
word here. Like
Yeah, I don't
another
like
object.
that. I don't like that. That's
It's
like,
like-
I don't
seems
either.
like such a hipster
It works
girl
on
thing
some
to do.
people, but yeah,
agree.
exactly, yeah.
I think-
What if you just got dirt bikes tattooed across your chest?
just
So
like that shirt.
When you're on the lawnmower, you don't have to wear a shirt, but you can still represent.
like everyone driving by still
Bruh.
knows, like he's not just a mower. He's primarily dirt bikes.
I don't know about that.
that would actually be hilarious. He's wearing a sweatshirt that says dirt bikes, a
then takes
t-shirt,
it off.
and then he takes it off and he's got dirt bikes as a tattoo.
You should do
my-
like a where you put it there and then you get tan or sunburned and then you have it like Like
Oh, like a
Like
stencil.
vinyl.
yeah, like a stencil.
Yeah,
That'd be
Dude,
kinda
I'd be down. I don't have a good burn yet. If my first lake day, if you can
That'd
like
be
die
so
cut
funny.
me or whatever,
That
some
would be
vinyl
funny.
or
Yeah.
whatever, I'd run it.
There we go.
You might have to shave your chest, but
Yeah, you might.
I don't know if they'd stick.
Well, good job, boys. That's some real, again, rock star shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Seriously.
Kind of is.
So, Ev, did you you hear the good news?
Well, that depends. I hear good news and bad news all the time. What are we working with?
Well, I know it's been a tough transition from the John Deere mower over to the Toro. I did see you smiling on it this week.
Might have had a couple Tonys. It had nothing to do with the mower.
John Deere is possibly buying Textron, so Articat. So you could
heard about
could
that.
possibly ride a John Deere snowmobile.
Do you remember the old John Deere Spitfires?
They were pretty sick back in the
Dude,
day.
So sick. Can you imagine a current 2025 right in the backcountry
Would they
on your
actually
John
do
Deere?
that though?
I don't know if they'd go Articat or if they'd go to John Deere, but
Well, wouldn't they just shut it down like the snowmobile?
What?
No, Textron owns Articat. It would be-
Right.
Oh yeah, I think they'd keep,
Like-
if they were to acquire it, I think they would keep making the snowmobile, and I have no idea, totally speculating, but I think they would just keep making Articat.
Yeah, I'd
snowmobiles.
assume.
I would-
John Deere is pretty cool
It
though.
is
Like,
that would be
like when
so
you go to
sick.
like a
And they-
That'd be so sick.
old timers meetup and you see some of the old John Deere snowmobiles,
Yeah, they're cool.
I always have to stop and look just because it's like, wow, like it almost doesn't seem real.
Right. The
You
fact
know?
that in like the 50s they're on snow machines.
There were so many different manufacturers making snowmobiles back then, you know,
Yep.
and then obviously the cream rise to the top, and now you kind of got the big four.
I think having someone who's fucking investing, if it's
Now
John
that
Deere,
I think of it, yeah, as we're talking about Articat, you just said big four, like Yamaha's done in 2025.
All right,
So
big
the
three.
big three, and then depending on what John Deere does with it, the big two.
big two, that would be interesting. But I think
Yeah.
it's good. I think it's good to have competition, and I think people of any brand would say that because
Yeah.
then you get pushed and people make better things.
I mean, I prefer Polaris
100%.
over all of them, as probably most of us do. But I agree. I think it's cool having just different. It'd kind of be lame if there was only two
Yeah,
left. You know, like that's crazy that it's even gotten to that point. You'd think that it would just be.
What's kind of lame with like sport quads? I mean, Yamaha, the only one putting out a
I
sport
agree.
quad.
It really is
It-
crazy.
Yeah. Like I mean, there used to be KTM for like racing four wheelers, so quads. They had KTM, obviously Yamaha, Honda, and Suzuki,
Did you say
Kawasaki.
and
Can-Am?
there was a Kawasaki too.
Can-Am.
And
Can-Am.
Jake's-
Oh yeah, and Can-Am DS 450s.
Yep.
The DSs were sick. I always
Yeah.
thought.
but that's what I mean. Then they push innovation, they make them better. Because who's making it now?
Nothing's
Suzuki?
ever
Yamaha
changed
only.
on the
Yamaha
quad
only. Yeah, they're
since
the
like
same.
2008, I think.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they pretty much went EFI and updated a few things in like 2010.
Other than that,
I don't know
though,
if there's much what could they realistically innovate on the quad? I'm sure there's a
Take
lot.
2 wheels off of it.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
need to do much with the chassis, but if they just kept moving the motor along at the
Yeah.
same pace as the dirt bikes.
Yeah, just have an updated motor. Yeah.
Yeah, Honda never
Suspension.
even tried to
Updated
make a
suspension.
fuel injected quad. I think they went to like 2013 or 2014 with a carburetor and then just shut up shop.
They
It's
could've-
crazy. I know it's not a huge market. You'd still
But
think
still.
there's some market. And even if they run
Yeah.
that same machine for 8 years, they update the graphics. Like you'd think there's somebody out there that's gonna buy.
There
them,
is
but
like quite a niche.
Especially for how many people are like buying Raptors. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people still buying Raptors. And also like I just, got the LTR back, hopped on that thing, and it feels legit no different than the 2023 YFC we have as far as just like shocks and snort on the motor. And
ahead of
I-
its time.
I don't know much, but if I were to guess, most quad or four-wheeler riders are riding trails. So like a racing quad is not ideal. But then
Yep.
you look at Ryan's Raptor that he's always loved. It's got a lot. It's got more power. It's got reverse, and it's got more ground clearance and good suspension. So it's
pretty good
probably more ideal. Like if I were to choose what I was going to ride on the trails in Akeley, I would probably choose a Raptor.
mean-
You're going to have a more. It's just going to probably be better.
Yeah,
All
than a
those
racer.
Not as
brands
cool.
made a run at it though. I mean, Honda had the 700 XX. There's the KFX 700, the DS 650. Like they all tried.
It's just such
Yo,
a niche,
Ev,
man.
Ev,
It's just
Ev.
such a niche.
Your quad guy's showing, bro. I've never seen you so passionate.
I don't even like quads.
Yeah, you do.
Do we have a four-wheeler shirt around here? Take that dirt bike shirt off, dude.
I might ride a quad. I ain't wearing a 4-wheeler shirt.
Honestly, being a quad guy is a dying breed, dude. Someone's
Yeah.
got to hold it down for him, and it's tough.
dude, it's literally showing too.
I'm-
I'm hanging with Jake the other day. He's huge on drifting now, if you guys haven't seen. And I'm just like, dude, what if you would have like done? You kind of did do this for a second back in quads, and then you just gave it up. He's like, "Yep, I did."
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean,
that's
he
true.
still like has
He does kind of go
quads.
through those phases
but
like that. Yeah,
he, like,
that was like his
fully-
whole it was like his whole personality.
Identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really was. And I was like, and dude, you were like, when we would go out and jump our dirt bikes and quads, you were the one sending it farther than anyone on the quad. So I was like, you were clearly like kind of scratching at it, you know?
I remember him.
I don't
giving his
remember him
best
jumping
shot.
further than anyone on the quad.
I think he was always out there trying.
When
You know,
we
you
had
can't
that,
hate
like-
a guy for
When
trying.
he was jumping further than any of the quad guys.
Yeah, we had like
Wasn't
that.
Ryan?
That
on,
was
like, a
Ryan and Ken.
Renegade?
Yeah, but Ryan was on.
Dude, I
Ryan was
used
on
to
his
boot
Renegade.
that thing, dude.
Boot the Renegade.
That's true. Yeah, pop up a picture. Ryan was jumping a heavy ass
love
quad back in the day.
Dude,
you
that
remember that,
was-
shit is just suspensions fully.
But yeah, that was peak
Pointed out.
Ryan's quad riding capabilities.
That
sick.
was crazy, bro. Because if something goes wrong on that thing, you actually,
This is a heavy
piled.
unit, dude.
if that
Wild.
lands on you, it's a very bad deal.
Dude, Ryan used to scrape fender on that thing from here to the Cormorant store and back too.
It's like a wheelie bar.
That was like the beginning of our channel. If you watch like some of our very first videos, those are like peak Ryan riding his quad.
Peak performance.
True. I think
Because you were actually like jumping them. Like I've never seen you jump a quad. Ever
Yeah,
since
Ryan.
those.
was just comfy
You were
on that thing, dude.
It was like a big couch.
It was a big couch, dude. I
And
don't
then
know.
Ken was on a quad too.
Yeah, he
That
had
was
he had an
great.
800 of what I had. That was a nice thing. I had a 500, dude.
Ken
It
had
couldn't go
no
very
right
fast.
being on an 800.
I think they make thousands of those.
Oh my.
Oh, he did honestly pretty good on that 800. Is when we convinced him to buy a race ready LTR. That's when he gave up quadding.
Oh, that's
quad
You
right.
had one?
Yeah,
Ken had a
what was
race
it?
ready?
Yeah, we gave it away
we, like-
eventually
we,
because
like,
Ken never rode it.
went with them for the marketplace buy because we wanted to film it, and it was a crazy race quad. And then he's like, "Yeah, I like it." And we're all like, you know? And then like he did a 2 or 3 wheelies on it and ripped it around Cormorant with us for like a year, and then was like, "Yeah, and I'm not into that."
Shifting and
Yeah.
stuff. I think there was a bit in an old video that we said if we hit it like a certain amount of subscribers that I'd burn that
Yeah.
old Renegade.
Yep.
And then everybody was like, when are you doing that? And that thing's so long gone, but we about got to buy one.
Would have burned it.
100%.
Yeah, what was that? Was it a million
Was
followers?
it a million?
I
remember
think
at that
I
time-
think it was a very low range. It was maybe like get 1 million views on this video, or like,
Really?
Yeah, Ryan just
You know-
wanted an excuse to burn that thing.
or like it might have even been like 100,000 likes or like 10,000 likes
Something.
or something. Like
Yeah.
it was just such low, stakes back then.
But I think I remember if whatever it was like that amount was so unfathomable to us.
Yeah,
if it was a
seemed like
million,
it would never happen.
Yeah, it was like we won't hit 1 million subscribers forever, which it did take us a while from that moment. But
I think
burn
the
that
only
fucker.
don't
Where do
quote
you
me on
think it
this.
is now?
Yeah, it wouldn't be right to just
flipped it over backwards at that one place and
Oh, yeah,
basically
and
totaled
toasted
it.
Problem with quads, man.
Yeah,
I think the only other one that we've gotten the likes for that we haven't honored yet is Ken's Tesla on ice.
well, yeah,
Well,
but
now he doesn't have a
we've
why.
tried so many
Yes,
times.
yeah,
and he
exactly.
wouldn't let
So-
us.
he's scared of
Yep.
water in that thing,
It's
dude.
so
Dude, it
heavy.
is crazy how nervous he is to even like look at water while he's driving a Tesla.
I know. Like I don't know. I've just never
Like, you won't
seen
even
them
drink
that
water
on.
in it. Like it is insane. Well, it's because like if you're a baby and something happens, it's like a very traumatic experience, and then you're scarred from that moment on for the rest of your life. And that was basically what happened. I think when he first got his
Power wheels. Drove it through that puddle
Drove
when
it
he
through
was
that
like
puddle.
4.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the battery got wet and it was totaled. His dad never, he
Fixed
never
it.
got another one.
If they get
And now
wet, they
he's-
light on fire, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
Now he's driving a big electric Power Wheels.
Well, yeah, that was like a pretty big hang up in the last video where Ken showed up with his Cybertruck, and then we, made the Chevy Cybertruck, and then we're trying to do stuff with both of them, and we just wanted Ken to drive through this puddle that we had. That's where he drew the line
Put
in the
his foot
sand,
down on
where it
that,
was like,
dude.
I am not driving this thing through water.
He ended up doing it.
We were like, why? And he was like, they'll start on fire. And Evan goes, nope, that's not how water works. Yeah, and then after peer pressuring him for long enough, he ended up doing it.
Fucking damn near an hour.
I do got to tip my hat to Ken absolutely mobbing the shit out of his Cybertruck, though.
Yeah,
like
he beat
that,
on that Cybertruck.
that thing is like really impressive for what it was able to do. And
It is.
like all jokes aside, like people hate on it, but like if you were to do the things that we were doing with that Cybertruck with like any other pickup, things would have broke. Things would have like gone wrong, and like nothing happened to it, and it just kept going.
My problem with like his previous Teslas, not that I had a problem with them, but if I were to poke fun at anything, they always just kind of looked like, you know, a girl car, like a mom car. You know, they're just like this round jelly bean looking thing. Whereas this, to me, I'm like, okay, this thing's actually like, it's different, it's cool, it can back it up with the performance. Like, it's a hell of a rig. You got to give it to it.
It is.
I think it's sick.
It's sick. I like it a lot too.
But all of them perform really well. But this one, I think, at least looks cool.
So you
different.
would vote. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Like I think
I'd
the
say-
cool thing is how different it is. But
Yeah,
I don't
I'd
know
agree
if
with
I'd
that.
say it.
I think it looks cool.
I think it looks
Every
cool.
time I
Looks
look at it,
insane.
I'm just like, whoa.
The only thing I would change about it, which maybe he could do it, but I just think it could be a little higher off the ground. Like for a pickup, it's a little low to the ground.
Well, you can change. Have you
I know.
seen it?
Yeah,
Where he's got it like posted.
Yeah,
up?
when it's posted up, it's still just a hair shorter than like maybe a stock Raptor. If it was just a little bit taller, I think it would then be certified.
I don't know how he would do that though, because like he can
yeah.
can straight up drop that thing like 8 inches. Like he can go like
Yeah.
damn near
on
to
the
the ground or like 8 inches.
from
Lift
where
it
it's
8
at.
inches, so you get like 10 inches of clearance, or I don't know what he said. It was quite a bit of clearance though when it was like fully lifted up. You know, if you were to change that, like if you were to put a lift in it or new suspension, I don't think you would
Not
have
worth
that.
it.
That
Not worth it,
suspension
but-
is insane. I will say that is what impressed me the most is like just how it soaked everything up.
like
Like
a
it
cloud.
felt better than any of the Raptors or anything that I rode in where it can handle it, but it's still pretty rough. Like Ken's was
I
smooth.
agree.
It was quiet too. Like every time, well, I mean, my Raptor is pretty messed up at this point from how many times I jumped it. But like, you know, even when it wasn't, like you hit bumps in the field and it's like you can hear it. Like things are rattling around. But that one was just like
Pretty solid.
It has a performance suspension on it that they're really not talking about. Whereas like the Raptors, like we got shocks on this thing and all this, and you just assume it'd be the best. But
Yep.
Cybertruck did it, man. Really did it.
The thing that throws us off with that is we're used to seeing like every truck we own is on 35s at a minimum, but more likely 37. So we're used to like a big truck tire. And that's the only thing is that thing is what, on 33s? If you could put like a nice meaty 35 on that, it would look a lot beefier. Like you're saying, it would look a little less like a car and a little more like a
I've seen pics of just on Instagram. People are like modifying them. I don't know if they're doing anything with the suspension, but they're throwing like 26-inch wheels with rubber bands on
I think
it.
that's
Oh,
funny,
I
dude.
know,
The
Evan
Ford
perked up at
Giotto,
that,
the
yeah.
Ford Giottos.
Spinners and shit. And they
Dude.
got like this like candy wrap paint job type of thing on it. And
Every time I see those, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, a rapper with money was like, hey, I want one of those Tesla trucks.
probably rides like ass then. That's the only thing. Like when you go smaller on the tires, the smaller
Oh,
you go,
yeah, dude.
the
You don't
less
have any-
absorption you have. It's something you don't think about. It's just
driving the El Camino. Those potholes, like, you feel it through the
Bracing
entire
for 'em.
car in, and,
because
like,
it's just hitting the rim, you know? Like there's no tire absorption.
yeah, like I haven't actually like curbed it up against a curb, but just from hitting Minnesota cracks in the road, they're dinged up.
Yep.
You haven't driven the Camino.
Yeah, it's got some rear end issues.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you got the bird's nest, so you don't want to drive
Oh
it.
yeah. A robin has been kind
That's right.
enough
That's right.
to build a nest in there, and it's been quite the roller coaster because
You're keeping track with
Your
it.
fatherhood.
Yeah.
yeah. So I discovered the nest, and I was hyped. I'm like, oh man, I hope it lays eggs. Week or two later, there's 2 eggs in there.
Blue
So then-
ones.
Yep, blue ones. So then I go check in a few days later, and now there's only 1 egg. So I'm bummed, like maybe a fox or a cat or something.
Mm-hmm. I think they would have gotten all of them though.
Right.
Right.
A couple days later, no eggs. Like, man.
Oh, what a roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm like, this really sucks.
They're all gone now. Even that
They're all
last
gone.
one from the
So-
video.
So then a week goes by. I check in a few times. Still empty. Still empty. Haven't seen the mama robin. Last night, 4 fresh eggs.
What? Maybe it saw the
Wow.
video and was like, "Oh, I got to go back and lay some eggs in that nest."
So I'm pretty pumped.
Good for you, man.
I don't know
Congrats,
how
man.
long it takes for those eggs to fester, but I'm excited.
Congratulations.
I'm still trying to figure out what exactly it is you're pumped about.
Dude, like a robin chose a
Okay, yeah.
donked out El Camino to have her babies
So
in.
rad.
Or Donta.
Yep.
Yeah, you've just chosen not to drive your summer car, which we only get limited amounts of time because you're like, no, it's a home now.
Yeah.
Keeping the miles off.
Very
It's a
considerate of you.
family home.
I drove it a lot this spring, so I figured I got to take a break, keep the miles off, and I'll probably hit it heavy after after those birds are born.
I can see you out there like feeding them worms.
Would I have to chew them up and spit them back
Baby
out? I
bird
don't
'em.
think the baby birds can eat a whole
You're right.
one.
You could probably get like a grinder.
I could use Ryan's blender that he makes his smoothies in. Dump some night crawlers in there.
Yeah.
Add a little
Get-
protein powder.
Get a little bottle.
Dude,
Oh,
I
no.
grow these robins to be just the biggest, strongest robin.
I've been putting protein powder in it.
They're just jacked.
They're just running the neighborhood. They're sitting up on the telephone poles. They're just watching over. They're just built.
2 years from now, there's like this an invasive species of robins. They're bigger and stronger. They're eliminating the whole
Little
bird
robin
population.
Dude,
gang.
their home base is they have one giant nest in the whole bed of the Camino.
I leave the tonneau cover on it like half cocked, so they just go in and out as they please.
Evan goes and sits in the nest.
With them.
Yeah, that's my goal. 10 years down the line, they're gonna be as big as me, which isn't that big, but pretty big for a robin.
They probably saw they probably saw the red El Camino, the candy paint.
great.
They saw the owner walking back and forth with his red shoes. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is our place."
I was thinking as soon as I saw those eggs are back, I don't know if it would be too far, and I don't really use TikTok, but I want to like take a vid where I have like the Easter candy robin eggs. And I like reach in there and eat them, but I don't know. So I'd be eating the candy, not the real eggs.
yeah.
But I don't know if some people would think that's too.
That'd be
far.
hilarious.
That'd be the best.
Kind of made me want gay.
What the hell is wrong with you?
It's chocolate eggs. There's nothing wrong.
Just an old-fashioned prank.
Do it.
Do it.
Yo,
Yeah.
can you
That's
imagine
funny.
the mama robin like sitting posted up watching that?
Oh my gosh.
Just dive bomb.
Put all of her
Yeah.
trust in you, and then you pull a fast one on her.
Yeah, I guess we'll keep you updated on that. Four new eggs.
Yo, so have you guys heard of cheese roll race?
Very familiar with the cheese race.
No.
So in England, there's this hill, and once a year they hold this race. I believe it's once a year, where they roll a cheese ball down the hill, and then
Cheese wheel?
I have seen
or
that.
ball?
Cheese wheel.
cheese wheel.
That's
sorry,
crazy.
Sorry, and then like up to 40 people race down the hill to try and catch the cheese wheel.
That's like at it.
They have a documentary on it.
in one day. It's
Really?
not just 140. There's like tons of people.
Like 3-4 years ago, I
But,
watched
but
one.
like each race is like
Yeah, yeah,
40
yeah.
people.
People get fucked up.
Yeah.
It's such a steep hill. Dude.
Yeah, it's
And it's just
crazy.
dirt. Like people are getting knocked out. People are breaking arms, legs. Like they have, and it's just like a thing. Like it's a tradition. Where is it at?
In England.
It's nuts. Yeah, I know. I watched a documentary on it on like Hulu or Netflix like years ago.
1 in every 3 people get injured.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, at first I was like, wow, it's still cool. It's like running of the bulls, but not nearly as hardcore. But
What are we
Look at this
talking
shit.
with
Here we go.
injury?
And it's
I mean,
like you have to get there. If you
I
get
mean,
the
broken
cheese
bones,
wheel,
cut, concussions.
my
Like, watch
Oh,
this. This is
gosh.
crazy.
it's so fucking steep.
how'd that guy in the blue stay on his feet, dude?
He doesn't.
I think I was built for this.
You kind of were, dude. Little bowling ball.
God, they start cartwheeling.
Oh,
dude, this is amazing.
Yeah. So
guy's naked.
That's
The hill doesn't look even either. It's not like they're going down like a smooth tubing run or something like that. Like it
Yeah.
looks like they just have a hill.
like
Hey,
the,
I for some reason thought there was a giant wheel of cheese chasing them down a little corridor, kind of like
Make
running
it
up the
Indiana,
bulls.
Indiana Jones style.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I thought that's what you're talking about. This is just insanity. This is like some jackass shit,
Yeah.
but that might be cool too. Yeah, some Indiana Jones, but cheese instead of a boulder.
So this has like been like a long running tradition. Like they were saying that they used to do this back in like long time ago, and they first place, second place, and third place would get like a break on their taxes for farmland, and then like
Oh,
first
really?
place would get a little bit more land too.
Who set this up? That's
What?
cruel.
Yeah, so
I thought you were gonna say
But-
some free cheese.
but now the only thing the winner gets is just bragging rights.
Yep.
And you
Really?
get to keep
No
cheese
more
wheel.
land?
No more land. I guess one guy's won it like 20 times, and
So
he says I only do it for the love of the game.
So there's like a Joey Chestnut of cheese.
Cheese,
Man.
yeah,
So,
cheese hill running.
I'd imagine whoever was like, in power at that time just did it for entertainment.
Maybe.
For sure, dude.
Like, like
They-
let's watch these people try to save some money
So it's
on
in,
taxes.
it's in like a small.
Fuck themselves up.
yeah, actually, it is kind of
Cruel government.
After a little piece of food.
Yeah, it's in like a small village somewhere in England, And they used to do 40 people, but they had to bring it down to 15 people a race because so many people were getting hurt doing it. Their like local hospital couldn't handle how many people there were.
Gosh.
So they went down to 15 people, and now that the local village is a little bit more established, they went back to 40 people. But yes, Speed, the streamer Speed, he did it.
No way.
And he took 4th place. Here, see if you can find that video.
Okay,
That's pretty sick. Speed's like a pretty athletic guy. I bet he managed to stay
on the way down.
Oh, you saw it? Actually, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't have expected Speed to do that.
Yeah, before he went, he was talking to somebody that, must do it or had done it and was like, what advice do you have for me? And they were like, do you want to make it to the bottom or do you want to win? And he was like, oh, I want to win. And they were like, jump as far down the hill as you can right away.
Yeah.
Like just try and like get out there as much as you can.
That makes total sense as far as physics go, but just the pain and the risk.
Just thinking about, can you imagine you're standing at the top of this hill and you just
Like
just,
a
just
ski
jump
hill.
as
Like
far
you
as
are
can.
quite literally yeeting yourself down this hill.
Don't try to run halfway and maybe crash. Start the crash as soon as possible.
He kind of just slid his butt there, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Pretty
dude.
smart.
Okay, ow.
So
There you go. Now he's on his feet. That's the way to do it. Just don't fall forward.
Oh wow, you're pretty good.
Oh, not bad. His went really well. Like when you fall forward, that's when you are in trouble. It's amazing how many just
So now
wild.
he's hurt.
They watered down the hill too.
Also, it's slippery.
It's probably better if it's slippery, honestly, because then you just slide rather than.
Did I hear something? Did they say like fractured his leg in that? Like,
yeah.
It's not like super broken, but like
Man, Em, you really keep up with Speed.
I probably read the same article that Ryan has pulled
When
up.
do you start reading articles?
when it pops up on World Star or whatever the heck showed it on Instagram.
Evans News Source, World Star.
According to the New York Post, which is an increasingly reliable source, he was hospitalized, and then another one says that he fractured his leg.
Crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Dude, these traditions, man, like you got that, you got running with the bulls. It's a yearly thing, and random people that are not professionals get to enter in, and it's a life or death thing, but it's just a tradition that they continue to do.
Yep. I feel like that going down the hill, chasing after the cheese, is very similar to the Barbie Jeep downhills. There is no positive way. Like it ends in a crash or a fall every time. You're just doing it for the bragging
What would
rights.
you guys rather do, the Barbie Jeep downhill thing or the cheese?
What's the Barbie
Probably
Hill
the
down?
You guys haven't seen that? It's basically the modern version of this that they started doing them at like motorsport.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh,
it's
Mike,
like the
you've
nitro-
seen that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they used to run one in up in Michigan.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd still rather do the Barbie Jeep, but
Really?
they asked me to do it when I was in
Like these guys are
Oklahoma, and I
wrecking.
was like, no way. There's no way.
I think what I like about the cheese running one is you're not on a car that's going to keep going faster. Like
I
if
agree.
you wanted to be soft, you could go slow and not like hurt yourself. But in the case of this guy, like he's just going faster until he hits
That
the
was
wall.
a woman, I'm pretty sure.
He's built better than
Piled
most,
up.
dude.
Yeah, I think I'd rather do the cheese just because it seems like you're going faster and there's so much more that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, if you make it to the bottom, at least you do have water. So you have a
They're-
little bit more of a goal of reaching it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
So
that
now-
guy went well. It
that
went
was
very
pretty
well.
good. It looks like sitting in the car is not the move.
What's the Red Bull event where they
Utah?
do it in reverse?
What? Like go backwards?
Yeah, like everything has to be like steered in reverse. So it's like super tippy.
It's like a boxcar derby, but when you turn right, it turns left.
God, Red Bull's got some weird events too. Remember the thing where you
Flugtag,
build the
yeah,
you go
that's-
off the thing?
That's the Flugtag, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's so odd because like they almost never make it. It's like, let's just say of the videos I've ever seen posted,
Everybody just
everyone crashes and then one guy like airs it out. Everyone's like, ah, and I'm like,
So Evan and I were talking about how like Red Bull has all these weird events. And so what was the deal with the downhill jam or whatever back in Duluth, like back in the day?
Yeah, well, I think what Red Bull kind of does is like they'll have their reps go kind of piggyback an event that's already been happening, and then they kind of make it look like they did it.
Just throw up a bunch of Red Bull flags and everything.
Yeah, and
all
I don't
over.
know about now. This was like 10 years ago, what I'm thinking of. But yeah, we used to like when the Spear Mountain, the ski hill would close down in the spring, just a bunch of us would go out there and like take all the rails from the park and like set them up and just like have just like go ski. And it wasn't even like an actual event, but it was kind of like a spring event, and like Red Bull showed up, like the rep, I don't know, knew a couple of the dudes that were skiing, and then like did the whole little thing, put the banners and the flags up, put an edit out on Vimeo.
And this was like an illegal thing. You guys just kind of hopped on the hill and did it.
But it was also just
like
like
a rail jam.
Yeah, we basically do a rail jam, but it was after the hill was closed, and no one knew we were doing it. It was just like a secret little thing. It was,
Wait,
but it was
that's funny.
fine. It was just like a bunch of kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they showed up, put up some flags and stuff, made an edit, and then like got
Made
the
it a
whole
big
thing
deal.
shut down. Like at the end of the year, they started putting fences
Yeah.
up and like actually
Damn.
like monitoring and like got the whole thing
Oh, damn.
to like never happen again.
Red Bull's always trying to get their greasy little fingers in there.
Yep, ruined it for us. I did get a couple free Red Bulls that day though, so
That's how they always get you.
Yeah. And
So
paid for
now
Red
look, he's a
Bulls.
lifetime drinker of Red Bull.
Especially
still
like
drinking
at
one.
that age, like you'll do anything for a Red Bull.
That's true.
Ryan, pop up this video that I just sent you. I was scrolling through our tags on Instagram one day, and this one snuck by. It was like a month old, and I saw this, and I could not believe what I was watching and listening to. So just pop it up, and then turn the volume up if you
Need a
can,
little audio here.
so we can listen to it. Yeah.
Evan.
uh-oh. I have not seen this.
Nice.
What?
Dude.
Oh, this is from the Mic is on.
Oh.
What is
At first, I
No.
didn't realize it was a custom
That
song until
went
I started
really
saying Evan.
hard.
That was
Yeah.
lit, dude.
Yeah.
That went really hard.
what is the mic is on?
It's
You can
this
just-
guy.
That
Tape.
mixtape behind us here.
Oh, that
Damn,
guy.
he
Yeah,
stepped-
he
he
went
stepped
to
his
social
game up.
media.
He stepped his game up.
Yeah, he's going digital with it.
I'm gonna follow him right now.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I thought that went hard though.
That's pretty lit.
I was
Good
just
job.
scrolling through, and I was like, and I saw the dude, and I was like,
I love how
"Where's this going?" And then it goes into a custom song.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man,
I
this
love
is pretty
how
lit."
it's like chopped and screwed.
At first, I thought it was gonna be like Hell's Bells, like doom.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought initially too.
Like getting ready for like a football kickoff here with Evan. At it.
Dude, that's sick.
That's sick.
I just
Justin
added it to the
Starling
story.
made a song
Oh, yeah.
for us too, which is sick. So if you guys listen, we use a lot of his songs, but I've been running, drinking, smoking. That's something I do.
Classic.
That is the song that he made. He made a bunch of other good ones, and then he made one kind of for us, about us.
I've been
It's
waiting.
sweet.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
song's
it's-
lit too.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Our first song.
It was
Yeah.
cool, and he's like, I messaged him. I'm sure maybe you guys did too. I was like, this is sweet. This is kind of surreal, and he's like, bro, you guys just helped me out a lot. Like, I love you guys.
That is always cool to see, because I mentioned that to Connor Price. So Connor Price is like killing it now, killing it. He's like a full-fledged, like
Massive.
successful rapper. But like back when he was a SoundCloud rapper, basically, we started using his raps in our videos. It was back when it was like noticeable if somebody was using your music. So we became friends with him, and he was always just like, "Yo, thanks so much for using my songs." Like I always see a bump in my streams when you guys use it in a video, because it'll push people over. And now he's just like full on like killing it. I always knew that he would, but then when you get to a certain size, then you get picked up by like a label, and then we can't really use it because then it gets like copywritten and stuff like that. It is cool to see like that, you know, I don't think he would have been successful either way.
Yeah, we
but,
didn't.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think we added fuel to the flame.
Just cool.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just one of a few artists where like everything he puts out is
Yeah, what he's got though is like he's a clean rapper.
Yep.
You know, where like this day and age, it almost seems like the more vulgar that you are with your raps, like the better that they do. But he's almost gone like the opposite way of like he's got like kids showing up to his shows, and I know like parents like thank him for not like swearing and stuff like that. So I mean, it's cool to see like the other side, and he can be just like equally as successful. But yeah, he's crushing it too.
Our stuff is getting noticed more outside of us. Like I see it on TikTok and stuff like that. You guys see that video? I believe it's from Kansas of that guy wearing our
we gotta
sweatshirt.
watch that.
Pop
bro.
it up.
That is I don't care who you are. That's funny.
Going up into child services with your life wide open.
Oh,
shirt.
damn.
Yeah, life wide open and baby long gone.
I know.
That's savage.
Damn, dude.
Like,
It's
bro.
crazy because it's gone so far now that's like you get these clips, whether they're running from the police wearing the merch or whatever. Like, it's, you know.
Man, after I saw this one, had a great laugh, and then I was like, I hope this isn't like, you know, I hope this doesn't keep happening.
It's going to.
Yeah, maybe
It's inevitable.
You know that, but it's like kind of like right place, right time. Like, you know, he could have. I don't know. I guess he could have been wearing. Maybe our brand is really that recognized. That shit was funny.
I wonder if that guy knew who we were, if he just saw
he
the
did.
life and he's like, what the fuck kind of shirt is this?
No.
And he's doing this. Yeah, it makes sense, you know?
His like top comment. Well, we've been tagged in that like thousands of times now. And his top comment is like, didn't know who C-Boys were, but gonna need some merch now, boys, or something like that.
That's funny.
It's awesome.
I was walking into the grocery store yesterday, and this kid was walking out, and he was wearing a blue Life Wide Open hat, and I was like, hey, bro, nice hat. Expecting him to be like, you know, like, hey, yo, what's up, dude? If he was a fan. And he was just like, thanks. Kept walking. And Greta goes, that was a little weird.
It was funny. I went to visit my grandpa in the nursing home, and I threw on one of my favorite shirts, which is the Do Cool Shit shirt. I was literally out of the house, and I went, maybe I shouldn't wear Do Cool Shit to like 2 nursing homes to go visit both my grandparents. I go, I'll throw on something else. So I threw on the Evo tee instead, and went to the nursing homes, actually got a couple compliments there. And then I was in Chick-fil-A, and the place that I was standing, I had my back to like the whole restaurant waiting for my food. And I had 3 people come up to me and ask me about my shirt. What? And I was like, damn, I'm glad I wasn't wearing Do Cool Shit, because it would have been a little different.
Really?
Yeah. People really like that shirt.
Huh, that's cool.
It was funny. I was like, maybe not Do Cool Shit to the nursing home.
Time and a place.
Time and a place for it.
That is one of them when you got to plan out.
Yeah, where you're going on that one.
Can kids wear that shirt to
They
school?
can't.
No,
They
there's no
can't.
way.
I heard
And you shouldn't,
uh,
honestly.
some stories. This one kid was wearing it, and then they had to like take it off.
Oh, really?
Or they made him put a sweatshirt on.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you can't have a swear word.
I don't even think, like, you can't even wear Virginity Rocks.
I don't
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, that one's a weird one because it's such a tongue-in-cheek joke. Like, you're obviously not being serious wearing it.
Unless you are.
No, it
Maybe.
doesn't rock at all.
I think there's so many of them that they probably were like, "Damn, are we going to tell all these? They keep coming to school with the Tice Knits, Virginity Rock. There's so many. And so it's like if they almost are bombarded because so many of these kids are wearing. I've seen so many kids in Virginity Rock stuff.
I forgot about what it's like to go to school and have, you know, like where you can't wear certain things and like
Well, mine
only
was-
go to the bathroom at certain times and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Could you guys wear hats?
No.
Yeah, I couldn't wear a hat.
You guys
Ryan,
couldn't
I know
wear
that you
hats?
were in a uniform, so obviously you couldn't wear a hat.
I wasn't in the
You
uniform.
shouldn't be wearing a hat anyways.
I couldn't wear hats because I shouldn't, but I think you could wear hats in school.
So we
Yeah,
both
you better be able
we-
to wear
I was like,
a
we both have
fucking hat
something in
in your
common.
school.
You paid to wear hats at school, not actually, but you.
That's the whole reason.
But when we had hat days, we had to pay. We had hat days, and it was like a fundraiser. But yeah, we had to pay $1 to wear a hat,
Really?
and it was worth it. You weren't. Yeah, you definitely.
can wear
pay
hats
that
now.
$1. Really?
Yeah, at least at my school where I went.
I'm cool with that.
School system's gone to shit. Kids are wearing hats in school.
I don't know. There's like nothing you can do now. Like also, it's like at church, everyone's wearing hats, and I'm not actually everyone, but before, no one. You don't wear a hat to church. You take it off, no matter how messy your hair is, no matter how bald you are, no matter what. Like
At church on Sunday.
What kind of hats?
Yeah, dude, like whatever, like cowboy hats, flat brim hats, beanies.
Oh, really?
Like, you got like the guys up at front, you know, the worship team, they're wearing hats. I was like, wow, times have changed. I mean, I'm fine with it. I like wearing hats.
I bet it was just like one person did it one day, and then everyone else saw him, and we're like,
Lucky.
yo, is that
Slowly spread.
Is that cool now? Like, can we do
We're
that?
doing that.
How long we been going, Ken?
Ken?
It's been tough not having Ken, dude. He can't look anything up. Not that he does a ton of times, but like it's hard. I'm over here.
The
looking.
one thing he does a podcast, half the time he's just not able to find it either. We're like, how are you not able to find this on the internet, Ken?
We could talk about Rich getting all liquored up,
Oh yeah.
flooring my car. I was saving it to hopefully get him on the podcast. So we can pop the video up. I haven't driven my GTR in
If-
like 2 or 3 weeks.
If
2
Rich
weeks.
is coming back, do we want to do it?
He already
then?
knows. He already knows.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That you have to
He
intro.
It's all
called
that.
me
good.
last night.
He was
after
nervous.
He saw it on your story.
What'd he say?
He's like, bro, I knew CJ was messing with me.
Well, how did he know that?
I think because he just heard people talking about that CJ's car was messed up, and Rich was like, "Oh no!" And he was asking
He
Matt,
knew
like,
he did
Matt, do you think like I just started it for a second? There's no way that could have caused.
He
the problem,
didn't just
right?
start it.
Pop the
He
video.
didn't just start it, but I need to lay the background of the story here. So I hadn't driven the car in like 2 weeks. It just kind of been in the shop. And Rich had been here with Matt, who got the tattoo with Mike and Evan and Cody. Rich was busy trying to be like Evan because it was raining and he was hanging with Evan. He was dressing like Evan. In terms of like trying to be Evan, the things he was doing, God bless you, Rich, was like the fun, best parts of being Evan. Like, you know, just going to the bar and drinking. So he was doing that the whole time. He's all larried up. Quite frankly, can't handle as much booze as Evan. And
Dude is such a lightweight.
yeah. So like 3 a.m, this dude comes home. I don't even know if he really knew what he was doing. You can see it on the security cam video. He's walking. He like kind of like side eyes the GTR.
Just looks at
Out
him
of all
funny.
the cars in there, yeah, he just kind of like side eyes it, and then he just like kind of walks back in, like out
Yeah,
of
he,
frame,
like, disappears
and then
for
you
a
see him
couple
just
seconds.
open the door, sit down, starts the thing, floors it as it's like starting, gives it like 2 revs to the red line as it's
That'll
starting,
do it.
and then just like turns it off, just hops out, puts his hands in his pockets, like walks away.
He straight
I
up did a hit and run on his GTR.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here like watching the security cameras, until things like this happen. Then I go back. The next day, I go to start my car. It is sounding absolutely terrible. I'm like, what the frick? Like, I hadn't even driven the thing. How'd it break sitting here? It drove fine before when I parked it. You know, I'm like, what the hell? I guess something weird happened. I start running like the check engine. You know, I can scan the engine. It says cylinder 6 misfire.
Oh no.
And I'm like, fuck. So I back the thing out, whatever, it's sitting there. Like an hour later, I start it again, and it's running fine.
Oh.
It's not doing the noise anymore. It's not whatever. And I like had cleared the code and everything, and then I drove down the road. I didn't drive it far. Maybe I should do a little bit more driving on it to double check. But I drove it down the end of the road and back, and it seemed to be fine. And I checked the security cam footage. 'Cause I'm like, I wonder what, like someone had to have done something. This doesn't just happen. And I find Rich flooring it.
Can we play the video here? I really want to see this.
My favorite part of the whole thing is after this all happened, CJ posted the video of it knocking. So it's got the gnarliest knock.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah. Rich was all nervous.
So
Dude,
yeah,
he was
Rich
staying quiet.
Understandably.
Rich kind of like pulls me aside and goes, dude, you don't think like me starting up CJ's car like has anything to do with it knocking, would you? And I'm like, starting it up? No. Is that all you did though? Well, I mean, like I revved it like a little bit, but like that was
Red
it.
line.
That was it. And I was like, I don't know. It's probably got something to do with it though. He was like, fuck, okay.
Yes.
Should I say something to him? And I literally go, if what you're telling me is true and you just started it up and you revved it a little bit, I can't imagine that's the problem. So I probably wouldn't say anything if I were you. Because I was like, if that's not the problem, you don't want to get in CJ's head and then he's going to start overthinking that. And I was like, it's probably unrelated. And then I see this video and I go, are you fucking serious, bro? Revving it a little bit.
Yeah. It was just 2 good revs, but it was to the red line, and it was right when it
Right.
started. Like it was just starting to the red line, and then he killed it. So I think what happens is he fouled out one of the plugs because it just got loaded up, went to start it.
Yeah. Like no vehicle that you do exactly that to is gonna like it.
Yeah. So
Maybe
then,
a Chevy,
let alone a modified, and it was run on 91, so it's running a little bit more rich. If it was on E85, it'd run a lot better. But so anyways, I started messing with him. I was like, yeah, dude, like it's not looking good. Like I might need a new motor. And like I'm like fucking with him, like
That's when
leading
he
up
really
to it.
starts pacing
Yeah, he's just
around.
like, oh damn, dude, like that sucks. Like, and I'm like keeping quiet because I thought he was gonna be on the pod, so I just kept fucking with him. Like, yeah, man, like pretty bummed about it. Like, gonna need a new motor. I think it's gonna be like 40 grand.
Oh my
GTR
God.
motors aren't cheap.
He's like, all right, how many tracks do I have to build the C-Boys to be square with them?
Crank it up.
Then he disappears for a little.
He's looking at it. He's trying to figure out how to open up the door handle, dude. kills it.
Crawls
Hobbles out.
That was it, huh?
Yeah, like it wasn't too bad,
but
you
I'm
know.
just
I
saying,
think he
like,
just loaded
it was
him up.
literally on for like 3 seconds.
It was almost like a beater car when you like start it with the foot to the floor.
Yeah.
Or like a rental car, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I had left at this point in the day, but CJ posted this on his story, and I was appalled at how awful this sounds.
That's a dead cylinder. Bad. The car was shaking, so there was something shaking underneath there, which
then-
is like the bell housing. That's pretty common with a GTR.
I
But-
saw the water or whatever that was underneath.
was
I
just
thought it
bad.
was oil, and I was like, "Oh man, what happened?"
Well, the problem was, so I'd started it and then I moved it just to like, because I was like, what the fuck? I was trying to figure out, so I had shimmied it and there was already something there that had spilled. So it wasn't from my car. But yeah,
That
Yeah.
is funny.
luckily Rich didn't do it to the R8. So for those of you who are getting entered in the R8 giveaway,
It's a good point.
it should be fine. And and Rich is gone now, so you don't have to worry about that. He probably won't be back until the R8's done. So you guys better
keep
get
him out of
entered for the R8 giveaway. Coolest car we've ever given away, and possibly the coolest car in our shop right now.
So
Wow.
sick.
It is.
So sick.
It's like hard for me to look at it. It's so fucking cool because I'm like, God damn, like I can't believe this thing's gonna be not here any event pretty soon here, honestly. But I got another part for it. You guys don't even know, but we'll throw that on. We got a bunch of parts coming for it. Not that it really needs many, the basics, an exhaust, some wheels, few other
Definitely need some exhaust.
few other carbon fiber pieces. But go get yourself entered. CboysTV.com. Every $5 you spend gets you one entry. Yeah, whoever wins it, it's gonna be life changing.
Such a sick
I
car.
mean, whether you keep it, life changing. If you sell it, life changing. Either way, gonna be good. Will be really cool to see who wins it.
appreciate the support as always. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, I got one question before we end here.
Yeah.
So, Trump was found guilty on his hush money charges.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
Not good.
Does he get his hush money back then? Is there like hush money insurance? Like he paid all the money.
Yeah, you should
He
get your
still
money
got
back. That's
guilty,
bullshit,
dude.
dude.
Get that back.
I
Deal's a deal.
think.